Alright, well, let me go like that a little. Alright, well, I'm going to do practice here. And this is what I normally do with my spare time. Like a lot of people, they make YouTube videos and stuff like that, and that's all they do. But really, if I'm not making YouTube videos, it's probably because I'm practicing something. Because what I usually do with my life is I just keep practicing, because the practicing part, trying to learn how to do something that I didn't know how to do before, even if it's minute. But it's a constant learning. So what I'm working on right now is it was jazz, left hand, well, and the right hand, but right now left hand has this particular chord where it goes. Let me turn it up a little more. Make sure the phone picks it up. And I'm used to doing, like, say, an E minor 7 there. So I'm going G. This is in the key of C, so it's all white keys. And this is like a typical cocktail jazz type, if you were to improvise standard. It's a turnaround chord. Chord change is what it's called. And I'm doing the first one, the first chord. Just because the chord is a little different than what I'm used to. I'm used to going like this, where it's E, G, B, D. But this one is actually, with instead of a B, it has an A. And I'm used to doing this chord, say, with my thumb in, like that. I have that memorized. And I have it memorized doing it like as an E minor 7 chord, to complete a C9, if you play piano or music. Anyways, so what I'm working on is doing that, just different hand shape. So what I'm doing is I'm just practicing the hand shape. This is how I practice. And I just get, okay, it's this chord. I'm getting my hand used to the thumb being out farther than what I'm used to, so it's here. Although I am used to doing sevenths, and that's 1 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white keys apart. I am used to that stretch, so that much I don't have to memorize. I just have to memorize, instead of going like this with this finger, use that finger. But you know how it is. It's kind of like, I always say, taking my son to middle school for 3 years, and then all of a sudden I got to go to high school. It's one street farther, but I kept on accidentally turning one street earlier every single time for like 3 months. As simple as it is, just one street farther. But the habit, oops, oh yeah, that's cool. Put this over here. Anyways, yeah, so just that little tiny change is enough to where I'll get it wrong. So I'm going to practice that right now, and you'll see. So I'm going to add it from here, 5-1. Then this is a C with a 6 and a 9, by the way. So that's why it sounds jazzy. And the next chord, I never learned anything anywhere. And they said that's like the common advanced jazz chord for the 2. I'll show you that in a second. So, go slow. That's what I always tell my students. When you're learning something, it's a little different, or anything really, go slow. So that way your brain can memorize it without being like upset because you're like struggling. I can't quite do it. And your brain can't memorize it like that. You need to be calm. So from here, 4, and that's on 1 and 2, and on the 2 and is that strike. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and this is literally what if you anyone who knows me enough, like if they live with me, like my wife, anybody like that, they know that this is what I actually do when I'm at home, which is a lot. Practice stuff, and then talk to her about it and drive her crazy. Then when I think that that's easy enough, like I could do it every time without messing up, then I go to the next chord. But then when I try to do the 2 chords together, it will be flawed. It's just like every student messes it up. I mess it up. No matter how advanced you are, human brain just doesn't hold the data. You know, it's not. You don't just. I learned it. What? As instant recall, right? Nah, you'll forget it because you thought about something else and it made you forget. So the next part was this, and this is what I'm practicing this particular turnaround and be able to improvise with the other hand. But I have to get this hand to memorize it well enough to where I don't have to think about it, where it does it just automatically. So it means you got to do it until you're blue in the face. But you got to do it, but it has to be pleasurable, otherwise you won't practice it. So you have to enjoy getting slightly better at it. And then there's like Steve I was saying, it's like self-esteem builder actually. And maybe nobody else knows it, but you feel good about yourself for you starting to become a piano player, guitar player, or whatever it may be. So you see how weird that chord is? That chord. So it's an A, and then I'm doing a rootless A here with a one note lower, that's a 7, right? But then right here, it's weird because it's like a A minor and an A major at the same time. And then they have a sharp 5, but I believe that guy called it a flat 6 or something, so I'd have to actually look up the video. So I just saw this on a YouTube video. I think it's Piano by Johnny or one of those guys. There's so many good teachers on YouTube. It's absurd, first of all. Anyways, anyways, that's a cool sounding chord, huh? And that's what they do on the 6. So if you're a C, just by the way, the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if you do like a C, it's a 1, 3, 5. A chord, C chord is a 1, 3, 5. If you add a 6, then you have to say the number, E major 6. That sort of thing. So this one has a 9 and a 6. And I'm doing it like this. But I'm hitting the C here. 5, 1. And then, let me see if I can do just those two now. See, I went blank. Alright, so here we go. I went to go do the E minor chord and I got confused. What is it? The E minor? Too late. So then you just go slow. Be patient with yourself. I already told you it wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to get it. When I was a kid, I thought I would get it. I'd be mad at myself. But I've been practicing since I was 8. So I'll be 51 in a couple of weeks. However long that is. And you learn something from practicing for extremely long time without taking a break. I never stopped practicing instruments, especially instruments I can't play. And then get that one again now. See, I don't feel confident with that one. I really shouldn't even move on yet. Now I'm starting to feel confident again. But then when you do the other chord, I will mess it up. And so will every other human. So if you're like someone trying to learn how to do this, and you get mad at yourself, it's because you're trying to do it more than you can do. You should never do that, because that just makes you want to quit the instrument. You should go, well, if I can only do this, get used to that. Or just the chord. That's what I was doing yesterday, just the chord. Going like this. And not just this, because once you put your fingers there, that's a little too easy. I did it 10 times, what? No, you need to like close your hand and try to find it again. Or open your hand. You know, that's why I keep doing that. And just go from somewhere else. You know, relax your hand. Because if you go like that, that doesn't count either, because I could do that, yeah, of course. But you're going to be coming from another chord. See, I forgot! Oh, my God. But don't be surprised. Is what I'm saying. I seriously doubt anybody be still watching this at this point. But this is what I do. I forgot the chord. Of course I did. Forgot the chord. Go slow. Because we're going to be going from here to here now, so I go slow. Try and do it in rhythm. Like a slow rhythm. my ability, right? So I don't get all frustrated. Barely got that chord in there. Then you start getting a little better at it. Gets a little easy. And then, of course, when you add the third part, then you try to do the first two parts, you'll mess those up. Just the way it is. So people spend like a lot of people who play any of these instruments spend a lot of time doing it. It didn't come natural for absolutely anybody. And Mozart would be the first one to tell you that. F. So this one I've done this one. I usually would do D minor here, just it's easier to remember. D, you know, D. But they want you to go so to F. That way it's like, you know, hopscotch over the white keys. Gives you one extra note. So instead of just now this, you know, more lovely. So what was I doing? And then to G. But that's easy because it literally is going from G to G. Pinky on G. Pinky on G. So that's like super. And I'm already used to doing this sort of thing from Charlie Brown. Stuff like that. So that's not a practice part. You know, this is maybe target practice. This is a little different spots. And a different order. So F. Slow. And eventually we're going, you know, that's speed. Got it in the last second. Missed. Cheese. Oh yeah. Told you I wasn't gonna get it. That's the first one. The first place, right? Oh, I got it. Yeah. I would tell myself that as a little kid. Oh, I got it. Yes, oh, okay. And then show up at the band rehearsal and just feel like, oh, pressure and tense and everything. And then and I remember hearing Eddie Van Halen say, if things are unrehearsed, it takes all the fun out of it. Like if you go up on stage and try to play it and you got to think, because thinking is no fun. Exactly. So you want to do it to where you're going, you're not even thinking. Oops. Okay, messed up. And really, I should stick with this longer. But your hands get sore if you do the same thing over and over and over. So you gotta rest them. And the best way to rest them is have it do something else. Use the other hand maybe. Practice your singing. Or double bass, just the legs, you know, because you're not even using your hands. Take a break. Just think about the part. You say if you just think about it, like imagine picturing yourself with the thumb farther apart, because that's really what it is. This finger instead of that finger too, I guess. The next part. Of course, it's the first one. And I say it takes like 3. I always tell my students it takes like the third time you got to try to do the whole thing and then bring back that thing you thought you had. Then you might fail on the third one after the third one. So this is the third one. So I kind of expect to fail on this one. I got it. So I had to pause just to see if I was even right. Back to slow. So it's right there. So, and then right where my pinky's at, index, pinky. So, put that in my head. So instead of starting from the beginning, just pick it up from the part, one note, and then the transition. Because whatever you stop on is what you'll remember, like a song. The last song you heard is what sticks in your head. So last note, oh yeah, it was this finger on E. You might not realize that out of context. To A. So. Sounds pretty good right now. That's what I mean. That minor amount of improvement from this part, which I don't even think anyone's watching this video, from the beginning. Can you see? It's a little smoother, and so you'll get a little self-esteem boost. Even if I stop now, I go, it's getting a little better. It's getting a little better, you know. And I should stick with the first two. See, I spaced it again. So instead of biting off more than you can chew, just keep it small so you don't feel frustrated. So that one really needs work. So let's stop on just two. Instead of doing it, I highly recommend not doing one if you're having trouble with two. Or even this. You know? Although that's probably okay for me now because I've done it a bunch of times. But since last night, I started doing it last night. And like 15 minutes this morning. I need to be able to just recall it. All 5 fingers at the same time. Boom. 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 Without looking. So you feel the piano. I can feel that black key right there. I can feel that black key right there. That's how you get a chord, by the way. Instead of like trying to play this chord to that chord, just stay on the chord. Well, do it slow, but all at the same time. Don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then strike the chord. No, try to land them all at the same time. All at the exact same time. I had to look, I went too far away. But not this stuff where you keep the hand shape. It's a little too easy. You should be coming from another chord, so, you know, close your hand, open it up, or open your hand. Or ruin the shape anyways. That way you can start recalling it. Otherwise it'll take forever to learn this. You'll never learn it really. This is the only way you can do it, is just, you just do two, oh, so you're blue in the face. And you have to get it right every time. You can't be like messing up every other time. That means you gotta go slower then, like this. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little bit already, so I got a head start on this chord before the camera turned on. But if you saw me yesterday, at first I'm like, okay, what is it? Oh, I'm gonna have to bring my elbow in like this, okay. Because of the way these two are. And it's just gonna be kind of uncomfortable. So I'm starting to recall it. But that's not enough practice to get it to recall it from another chord, so. I told you. Am I surprised after this many years? Of course not. If you're wondering how these people can just play the piano or the guitar or something, they did this. This is the part no one ever shows you. Like, I'm actually practicing it right now. I thought, why can't I just show the actual thing I actually frickin' do? I don't sit around playing cover songs all day long. I practice, well, although this is something, you know, but I'm just saying, I'm not just sitting around just playing things I can already play. Like a song, it has C, G, and E chord. Let's play another song with C, G, and E chord. No, I'm going to try to learn a song that has some chord I don't know in it, or maybe I can't sing it, or I can't play the drums to it, so I'll practice these drums to it, the electric drums. See, I almost didn't recall it. Nah, I recall it because I just recalled it. It took just a little break and talking to you for a second. Go slower. I feel pressure in my head, like it's a little too fast. So, faster than I think is comfortable. And that's not good for memorization, because if you feel like stress, you can't memorize it when you have stress. So, at least not really. So at this speed, how could there be stress, right? So you should just enjoy yourself. Barely recall that, just to let you know. It helps when I hit the G and then do it. But I'm trying not to do that. I feel like a cheat. See, I'm going to stick with this one for a second. And then come back and do it no less than 10 freaking times. Close your hand every time, though. Or open it. Reset your hand. Oh, I missed. You can't be getting it wrong. You gotta land at the same time. I like that chord, though. Very strange to me. You see, that's the advanced jazz guy would hit that chord on the 6. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally be an A minor, but no, they want to go major minor, and then 4, and then 11, 4 and 11, whatever you want to call it, 4 or 11, or sharp 5. I think they were calling it though. Flat 6, I think is what he called it, which is, I mean a flat. Forget it, I gotta look at the video again. Like I said. So let's do this one, 3, third part, F. So it's F. I'm not used to D, like I said. Ah. Of course. So I'm looking for the A note there. So A, F, A and F. Then G, G, or D, G, G, C. I did it. It's the first time I got it right on the one. F, G. Ah, not that time. That time I got it. Got it. I say if you could do it 4 times, you got it. So that was 2. That's 3. That was the 4th one I went blank. But I didn't feel like I got it. And when I say you got it, I mean got it good enough to where now you could do it 4 times. You probably could do it the next time. It'd be like you could do it like 7 times or 8 times. All of a sudden, it just. But you might fumble on the 4th one, stumble through or something like that. But what it is if you keep doing it every day, especially hours every day, you'll have it pretty good. So, forgot the chord. So I was trying to ambush my brain. See if I just recall it. Didn't. It's that. I want to go like that. And I actually want to go. C. Slow it down. I totally forgot. So that means I should really. This is the one that really gets me. The 2. Well, I'm going to turn this off just because I think that it's going to die or run out of space soon. But that's what I do. Alright? Thanks for not watching. I know way someone's watching this.